Okay, well, I had gone to the governor's office in hopes of trying to reach a peaceful resolution to everything, get communications line of communication open between Amity and the governor and the proper people. Yes.
Bye. I excuse me, YouTube listeners. I screwed up. I forgot to unmute the live stream mic. I got to do this again. Sorry, man. It's been a comedy errors and cat herding all day long. I've been telling everybody that um, because I just want office, and then we're going to go back to the day you were.
Yeah, that's I think by law I'm not allowed to show too much of my face, too ugly. But anyways, I do some contract work with the military, and I was trying to reach a peaceful solution here regarding the whole standoff issue. And I was in Governor Brown's office trying to reach some sort of compromise to get a line of communication started between her office and Ammon Bundy. And that message never went through. Unfortunately, I was there when the assault took place. I saw a bit of the dash cam footage, and I was whisked out of there fairly quickly by a state trooper. They had fears that there was going to be protests or even a little bit of violence around the Capitol building. So,
Sorry, we just had some echo feedback as I got a couple other computers started. Go ahead, continue.
okay, so I was really just in disbelief of everything. I mean, I was sent there by a Joint Terrorism Task Force initially to Burns, and they wanted to see, kind of get an idea of who was there, what was going on, and because what was told to me, anyways, was they had word that there were some individuals there that just wanted violence no matter what, and they wanted my opinion. I kind of thought that was odd. I had asked them repeatedly, "You've got to have somebody on the inside."
All right,
They
stand by. Let's step back for a second. Explain Joint Intelligence Task Force for everybody that has no clue.
Joint Terrorism Task Force is a combination of agencies, whether it's law enforcement, Oregon State Police, military, FBI. It could be any combination, really. Uh, Law enforcement get together and strictly deal with terrorism related issues.
Right, and so, um, I mean, I don't consider any of this terrorism. How would terrorism be? Had they already identified these or tried to identify these guys out there at the refuge as terrorists, and that's why they wanted to bring you in?
Yeah, they had a few of them. They weren't sure if they were there or not. Like I said, they wanted to know who was there, but apparently they do have some that were on a watch list, were labeled as domestic terrorists. They said there were a few people that they felt wanted to start a fight no matter what, and just wanted to know who was there. Like I said, I thought it was odd. Every time I'd ask about them having anybody there on the inside or anything, they would tell me, no, we have nobody. We're getting everything off YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah, they. The interesting thing is they forgot. It seems like half the time they forgot there is an internet, and then the rest of the time they're using it to their advantage.
Right.
So
Yeah, it's
anyway,
double-edged sword, sure.
yeah. So anyway, you're in the governor's office, doing what when all this went down?
Well, I went there. I had caught wind roughly 48 hours before the assault took place. I was in contact with Congressman Schrader's office, who got me in touch with Governor Brown's office. They wanted me to go in and reach a line of communication. I was told I had 48 hours, so obviously I took that as, well, in 48 hours there's going to be a raid. And
Right.
on day two, I went to the governor's office to try to do something because Ammon Bundy wasn't getting my messages. There was nobody denied anybody anything at that point from my involvement. It's just we weren't able to connect. So I went to the governor's office in hopes of, having a little bit of an extension here to try to make one more push to reach out to him. and my plan was actually just to drive there and show up. I was told, no, you don't want to do that. Too late. And then it happened.
Right. And so I have some understanding, and we've all done some very in depth analysis, and I now have some even better resolution footage that is in our folks that want to go download this and put it on the big screen and look. You go to freedomslips.com/drone footage. And you can go get much better resolution and put it on your big screen than you're ever going to see on YouTube, because I've tried to download the better or upload the better resolution stuff to YouTube, and they won't let me. They're automatically downgrading the video resolution to 360. So anyway, all this went down, and from what you were saying to me earlier, you were in the office when this went down, and you saw some. I don't know where you were seeing dash cam footage live, or how. Tell me about that, please.
I don't believe it was live, but it was very quickly after it happened. That's for sure. I didn't get to see the full thing. Like I said, a state trooper whisked me out of there real quick.
Right.
They were doing that with everybody that was remaining in the building. Weren't too many people, but there was a strong presence of both state troopers and FBI.
Right. And as we had analyzed that, it looked like maybe somebody had got hit in crossfire. And I seen these guys set themselves up in a bad spot anyway. You got guys at a elevated position and guys at a lower position, and they're like shooting at each other almost with the truck in between, which just kind of is 101 stupid.
Yeah, that's the first thing I noticed. I was like, "Oh my God, these guys are just going to kill each other. They're going to shoot each other. What is this? What is this?"
Right.
And yeah, it was just unbelievable.
Right. And it makes me wonder if that was kind of the point, so they could maybe one of them would get hurt. And you've seen the one guy jump in front of the truck. That guy wasn't getting out of the way. He was jumping in front of the truck. We've already proved that, and put one or two in the windshield just to, gung ho it. And just I don't want to see anybody get killed, the boy or anybody else. And it's lucky as his stem-roided up ass didn't get himself killed jumping in front of a big truck like that.
Yeah, initially I thought he was hit, and I was shocked that he wasn't. I couldn't believe it. It was a very stupid thing to do.
Right. All right, so now that we've got to that point, let's go all the way back to the day you arrived in Burns, and I'm just going to shut up unless I hear something I need to stop and clarify. And I want you to tell your story from the very beginning, why you were there, what happened you were there, all the way to the time that you left Oregon. You're out of Oregon now or on your way out, right?
Yes, yeah, I'm on my way out.
All right, so let's just get the entire detailed story from you, and then we'll take some calls.
Okay, well, like I had said, I was asked by a member of the Joint Terrorism Task Force out of Portland to go out and just observe, see who was there, see if the rumors were true, if there was anybody that were looking to incite any type of violence, not keep things peaceful. When I arrived the day of the main protest for the Hammonds, which seemed to be a lost name in all this, a forgotten name, everything was going great. It was a nice, peaceful protest. And about a half hour before anything happened, I had gotten word that the small group was going to go off and do something. I had no idea what. At that point, I did contact the guy over at Joint Terrorism Task Force via text message, and I said, "Hey, something's going to go down. I don't know what, but anybody you have on the ground here, you might want to alert them." And then when they were making their way to the refuge, fairly close to it, I let them know these guys are en route somewhere. Again, I had no idea where they were going. I heard nothing back. Several hours later, when they had already occupied the refuge, I contacted him yet again and said, "Have you seen the news? You know what's happening?" And he said, "Yes, I just saw it. I just found out."